Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining me once again. The weather's garbage outside, so we're in the garage for this set of videos this morning. Well, first of all, I want to apologise for yesterday, my absence. As you know, I run an airport transfer business in my everyday normal life and had some major issues over, well, 24, 48 hours where some customers got a little bit muddled about when they were actually coming home and misreported to us when that was. So I had to rearrange a load of stuff and muck in and all that sort of thing and, get them home basically and tell them off at the same time. But here I am. To make up for it, I'll probably do some videos over the weekend as well. Well, the last time I touched this subject was Monday. And I did a video of why are they coming? Now, this is referring to the influx of those little boats coming over the channel on a daily basis. And there's starting to be statements made on certain social media platforms as to why this is. Richard Vobes did a wonderful video on this a few days ago on this, specifically who they are and what they're doing when they get here. And, it's concerning some of the things that are coming out. Now, I wanted to run through some of your comments on this video because it's a subject that's very important. Just to say, I actually drove through Dover yesterday and the weather was atrocious. It was foggy, it was rainy, it was awful. I couldn't see anything coming over. And the route into Dover, you get a clear view right across the channel usually. Not a dicky bird. So I wonder if yesterday the numbers were slightly down, but I guess we will tell, won't we? Anyway, without further ado, let's go and have a look at these comments. Right, the first one. Well, there's a couple here from the same person. User with a load of randomness over it. I really hate it when YouTube does that. I don't know why. If we don't do something now, I think it will be too late. Our government, 100%, are not telling us what they are doing. And every country is going through the same thing. Ireland has gone stupid. Yeah, they're all, I think since the Rwanda deal got in there, they've all flocked over there, haven't they? And they're going mad in Ireland. And they are all in hotels. You can nearly think that they're here for, and we're going to be lambs to the slaughter, or they're here to fight alongside us in some stupid made-up war. There's a lot of that theory going on, isn't there? The Bilbo. Also, what would be wrong with sending them back from where they came? Yeah, well, this is it. Where have they come from in the first place? What are they doing? What are they going to get up to when they're here? They've got no identification, a lot of them, or at least that's what we were told. Marjorie Stoker, why? Think about they love here and feel safe because they can. Well, it's all about who's turning up, Marjorie. Where are the women? Where are the children? You get the occasional token one in the press every now and again, but very few and far between. Gary Box, I can tell you, they aren't coming to work in the health service, be Amazon delivery drivers, or work a mental job. Remember, they've paid thousands to a criminal gang to get here. I'm sure the aim is to continue to work in a criminal enterprise once here. Well, this is it, and that is really what it's all about. What are they going to do when they get here? And that's the ones that don't disappear. Fiona Gregory, I like the Tweety birdies. Ah, okay. I know what you mean. I was in the park and you could hear the birds. Yeah, it was a nice day when I recorded that. Yes, they come for the benefits. Dave Locke, well, they won't be working because the government won't let them work legally. Matthew, what are you talking about? You basically said nothing. Watch the video again, Matthew. Stewie Pinnock, possibly UN Trojan horse, army for Africa. This is one of the theories going around, isn't it? And going back to Matthew's comment, I know what I was saying, listen to what I was saying, because there's certain areas where if you go too far down that rabbit hole, YouTube can, so I want to talk about it, but it has to be done in a certain way. I appreciate what you're saying. John Two Flags, all planned. Many people say that. Michael Myers, it's no secret that our closest hotels and hostels are being used as military camps for those sent here. It's mobilization and takeover. Again, there's worry about that, isn't there? 100-year plan. Robert, it's obvious that some sort of agreement has been done by our government, which we're not privy to. This influx of them is obviously unsustainable and could and should have been stopped 3 years ago when it first began. I think it's been going on longer than that, to be honest. Detaining all comers on arrival in Spartan accommodation would have stopped the flow immediately. The hand-wringing and excuses from the government and the reluctance of the MSN to report the problem until it was publicised by Nigel Farage, very much so, together with their attempts to keep the use of hotels quiet, shows that the government is complicit in this scam. Robert, Richard Bobes is very naive. He has some very strange people on his wonderful interviews. I've seen some of his interviews. You know, I like listening because I like other people's points of view, but some of them I think, oh my God, you know. But one thing I love about Richard is the way he tells a story. You could sit there and literally relax and listen to him. And, you know, I really like listening to an alternative viewpoint of, you know, the way the world could work, is what I'm trying to say. Keith, stop giving them money. They'll stop coming. Make them work. They'll stop coming. GDSM Chris, imagine if you want to invade a country and that country just lets you in and then actually supplies you with accommodation, free food and money. We must be a complete joke. That's banding around, isn't it? I mean, I've told the story before. They had this trouble in Tasmania. I know somebody that lived down there that used to use my airport services. They just stopped them landing and they stopped coming. Simple. Ronick, Labour is going to be no different than the Tories when it comes to stopping them. In other words, useless. They won't stop them. If anything, it will get worse. GDSM Chris again, these people coming here are either soldiers or they're cowards who would leave their loved ones and family behind to face whatever these people are running away from. I wonder. You know, that's the last comment we will show on there, and that is a very valid one. You know, I have a family, I have a wife, I have children, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that if anything was to befall this country, my main priority, my overwhelming priority above everything else would be their safety. I would get them evacuated. If I could go with them, great. If there wasn't room for me, they're going and I'll stay behind. So it's not me that'll turn up on some foreign shore somewhere. So that alone must tell you that something doesn't exactly add up here somewhere. Well, thank you very much for your comments, everybody. I appreciate them as always. And it's part of what makes the channel great. Please, if you can, hit the like button on this because it helps the algorithm recognize the channel and spread my content. Subscribe to the channel. And if you've got social media, I wouldn't mind a share. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.